X Harper, WWE 2k19, and this is creating Konnan. What? That's right, I'm back. It's been a while since I did my last video, basically because I lost my voice after my 4.5 hour pay-per-view for King of the Ring. If you haven't watched that video, you should take a look right now, or at least wait a little bit, watch this video, like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you need to, but then definitely go and watch that video. It is an epic pay-per-view that took so long. It is ridiculous. So now what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to show you the Konnan that I created last night. I spent so much time. I must have spent all day creating this one superstar. Now, I haven't seen a good Konnan in-game. Please forgive me if you've created one and you're listening or watching this. I apologize. I'm not trying to be offensive. I just haven't seen a good Konnan. So what I wanted to do was create one for myself, and here it is. I'm going to go into Edit Custom Superstar and show you the attires that I've made and the moveset and the tattoos and all of the wonderful things within this process. I've learned a lot doing Konnan. Sorry, this game is going to take ages downloading all of the custom superstars I've got, but we will get to Konnan in any second now. Here we go. Here's Konnan. So, like I said, the reason I created Konnan is that actually I have him every year in the game. Last year, I actually had the highest download rate for a Konnan in WWE 2k18. I didn't actually upload him at all. I didn't even try to create him this year, but I think I was a bit bored yesterday, and I thought, do you know what? I need to really go and try and create a Konnan. So here he is, guys. This is one of the attires that I've made. I will go through the whole thing for you and talk a little bit about the process of how I created him. Basically, I've made two attires for Konnan. There's the original sort of NWO. It was I saw him in a cage match in WCW with this attire, so I chose that attire. But then in my universe mode, I have him as part of the LWO stable. That's why he's wearing that attire. That is the default on the game, but you can go ahead and use the NWO one if you want. I'm going to use this just to show you the core and what I've done, what I've learned, what I haven't learned. Basically, I put a tweet out yesterday asking a few of the sort of top creators on the game, Defract, Nick Breaker, Executioner Cause, who has been really helpful in this process. They've all been really helpful. Status, they've all been wonderful, got back to me with some great feedback. Basically, what they were saying was they don't like the core. They thought that the detail on the face wasn't good enough, so I'm going to just go to the face. Now, I was sort of heartbroken when they gave me a bit of negative feedback, because in my head I was like, I feel like this looks like Konnan, this is a decent looking core. But they got back to me and they were basically saying that the face scan that I used was too pixelated, not high res enough. And this is just a bit of advice for you guys. If you are going to create a core, the one thing I have learned is to use a really high res image. Now, I think I've managed to get away with this really low res version, but when you're trying to be a really good creator, if you're going to start getting into this thing and taking it seriously, I think it's important that you try and use the highest resolution photos that you can find. The problem with Konnan is that if you know anything about him, he wears sunglasses a lot, he wears caps a lot, so he hides his face, and his eyes are actually one of the most distinguishable features of Konnan. So actually trying to create him and finding a high-res image is really difficult. With that said, I've created this Konnan for myself in-game. At the moment, he is temporarily available for download. If the community like it, and if he gets loads of downloads, I will consider leaving him up. But out of personal pride and the feedback that I got from some of the awesome creators yesterday, I just sort of decided I better not upload it if I'm not 100% happy. Now, I do love the way he looks. I think you'll agree it looks a lot like Konnan. I also, for the first ever time, I have had to create my own tattoos for Konnan. So basically, you will see this logo, this tattoo here on his right shoulder looks awful. It is the best. I've never ever done tattoos before, okay, so forgive me. But I tried to find an image on the internet of his tattoo on his shoulder, and this was the best I could find, and I'm still not happy with it, but it just shows you that there's a tattoo, and I guess the further away you are, the better it actually looks, but close up it looks a bit crap. Anyway, what I did on his other arm, you'll see instantly that the logos, the tattoos here look a lot better and a lot more high def. Basically, I just went and looked on the internet, found his tattoos, and tried to recreate them myself. So these are not, I repeat, they're not the exact replicas of the tattoos he actually has on his arms. However, I think that I've managed to find and create a decent enough looking tattoo that when you see it, you'll just be like, yeah, sure, that'll pass off as a tattoo for him. So I found the colours, matched the colours. I basically just tried to get the general shapes on his arms, and then I just went into Photoshop, created these logos nice and quick. There's some that I could do and maybe add a little bit more to them, but I think what you'll agree with me on is that the resolution is so much better when you go and create your own logo or tattoo. It looks so much more defined. You can actually see the font and the text that he's got on his tattoos. Compared to this, which is literally just a screenshot, there's a huge difference between the two. So one thing I've learned, and that I'm probably going to start doing from now on, is creating my own logos and just going onto Photoshop and trying to recreate logos. I am happy that these logos look so defined, because when they're on the character, it actually looks like a tattoo, even though it's probably not 100% accurate to the real life tattoos that he has. Now, my advice from that and what I've learned is that I would always prefer to Photoshop over just taking a screen grab from a video or an image that I find of Konnan. So that would be my advice to you. Do that if you've got the time and if you can be bothered. Like I said, it's the first go that I've ever done, so please forgive me if you do or don't like it. And that's it for that Konnan. For the entrance attire, what I wanted to add is something that I found you can do with these characters that looks really cool. And that is, if you look under his hat, he's got a little bandana poking through. This is something that Konnan used to wear. He used to have a little bandana, and then he would have the porcupine hat, whatever you want to call it, on top. So that's really cool that the game lets you add that. It's just another level of realism, I guess, for Konnan. So that is it for what Konnan looks like. Now, what I also want to do is go on and show you a couple of other things. So I'm going to go, the name, I call him Coleman. It sounds like the commentator's saying Konnan, so that's kind of great that it does that. You can see that I've changed all of his information and details. Menu pose has been done. So I'm going to head and go out of here and then show you the movesets and what he looks like in-game. Now, I've not played him in-game yet. Not with this newest one. I did a couple of tattoos this morning, added those. So this is the first time that I'm actually going to play a match with Konnan, and you'll be able to actually see what he looks like in-game and judge for yourself what you think of him and how he looks. So I'm just going to be quick. It doesn't matter that he's going to wrestle in WWE. The main thing here is that you guys get to see what he looks like in game, and you can, as I said, just make your own decision on if you like him or not. I'm just going to do a random match. I want to find somebody decent that he can fight. Somebody from the same era would be happy. And okay, Undertaker 97, whatever. Let's just go with this and see what happens. I'm probably going to get my ass kicked, but that's okay. So here we go. Once this is loaded, you're going to get to see Konnan and what he looks like. As I said, this is temporarily available for download. If you want him to be on the game, or if you'd like him, the only thing I can say is go and download him, because it's the only way I'm going to be convinced of keeping him on Community Creations, because of what I've said to some of the great creators out there yesterday. In connection with them, they just told me not to bother, throw it away, don't do anything with it. But in my heart of hearts, I just think that it looks so much like Konnan that in the game it justifies leaving him in Community Creations for a while. Okay, let's go with this. So I use Eddie Guerrero's template for his entrance. Obviously, like the cocky Latino kind of entrance is perfect. Konnan's obviously got his glasses on, he's got his tattoos going. I'm going to go ahead and skip to the actual match now so that you can see Konnan in person without those glasses on. Sometimes having the glasses on can just make it look like you've done a really crap face scan. Okay, there's a much more close-up of his face. I'm going to skip Undertaker because we all know what Undertaker looks like. Again, another close-up for you. You can see that in game. There you go. I did the height. So what I do is I always just Google the height and the weight and stuff like that. He's actually a really small guy. I thought he was 6 foot plus, but he's actually 5'11", which is really small for a wrestler. I still can't believe that's how tall he is, because I thought he was a lot bigger than that. But the other thing I wanted to pull up here is that I've done a custom moveset for Konnan. I spent about an hour online after I did the creation, and basically just found a video that was the top 45 moves for Konnan, and then just spent a bit of time on that, picked out the top moves from that 45, put them on the game, and what you're left with is this Konnan that you're seeing in front of you doing all the moves. His finisher is actually the Tequila Sunrise, and then I've also got a DDT. I think it's Finn Balor's finishing move. I think, is it 1916 or something like that? I'm not a fan of the current product, so I don't really know. And basically the 1916 is the finishing move that I use in game, so you should just go ahead and use that. You will get that moveset with the download if you want this Konnan in Community Creations. Like I said, I'm leaving it up to you guys for 24 hours. If it's had a load of downloads, I'll leave it on. If it hasn't, I will simply delete it from existence and just use it on my own in game. But that's up to you guys, not up to me. The community will judge that one. Like I said, I'm not happy with the resolution of the face scan. I think it should be better. I completely agree with Defract and Nick Breaker, who just advised me that it's not high quality enough. And I think they're doing it to give me some constructive feedback. Something else that I learned: if you are creating on the game and you do ask people for feedback, make sure you genuinely want it. Don't just tweet pictures of creations that you've made expecting everybody to just give you love and say that it's awesome. They won't always do that, and if you want them to be honest, then be prepared for some real honest feedback from really good creators, and take it in, absorb, learn, try and learn from everything that you do, try and learn from the feedback that people give you. I've spent the whole night yesterday trying to find a better image, a higher res image of Konnan. I couldn't find one. As much as I looked, I just could not find one that I was happy with. And this guy I'm still very happy with. So right now, I'm just at a point, I'm in what we would call an impasse. I just cannot get any further and find a better image to make an even better Konnan. But guys, I'm going to finish here because I'm going to be doing this match for ages, because The Undertaker's so hard to beat and Konnan's not very good in terms of the ratings that I've given him. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the Konnan if you do download it. Like I said, it's only available for a limited time, so you've got 24 hours to go and download it. So get on the game, search X Harper, Konnan, WCW, you'll find it, and then go and download it. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'm going to do one more video after this, which is going to be a bug issue video. It's going to help give some hints and tips how to, basically it's a bug that was created in the newest patch, so keep your eyes out for that, and it gives you a solution as well, so it will help you with a workaround. But apart from that, again, like I've always said, please give me a like. If you don't like the video, please give me some constructive feedback. I'm always trying to learn, but the only way I can do that is if you guys talk to me, so please don't be scared to let me know your feelings. Be nice, but be constructive. I'm X Harper, and you guys are awesome.